Welcome back to another Monday edition, joined by Tyvis Powell here. And Tyvis, an 18-point win over a top 20 team on the road in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And everybody is mad. Everybody's unhappy.
I don't understand it.
Ryan Day called it, quote unquote, an ugly win. Take me through why this is an ugly win, or how you actually feel about it.
Well, a lot of people still are upset about the red zone struggles.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get down there and you kick some field goals. Yes, you want to see these guys be able to score in the red zone, score touchdowns. And everybody is always grading Ohio State, not off of the game, but off the national perspective. If Illinois was Miami or Oregon or Indiana, would they still win that game? And a lot of people are up in arms about those things. I feel like Ohio State does a really good job of scoring points. I think that the mindset of Ohio State is this. If they score 20 points, if Ohio State scores 20 points, the other team is never going to score 20 points. So once they get to 20 points, it's really much checkmate at that point. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that they got other people involved. I like to see Max Clare caught a few passes. Jeremiah Smith scored another touchdown. A lot of people feel like when we get down to the red zone, they should do a better job of just throwing it to Jeremiah Smith. Now, if you're paying attention to the game, you know that teams are doubling, even triple teaming Jeremiah Smith.
They're sliding their whole defense.
It's very rare that you see Jeremiah Smith in one-on-one situations, because when that happens, I don't care what they call it. Check, check, check. We going to Jeremiah Smith, and you seen it was a touchdown. So they got to find a way to be a little more creative. Obviously, they tried to run the ball. Think they need to be better in the run game. When you look at a team like Indiana, when they play Illinois, they ran for over 300 yards. So Ohio State probably in their mind winning this game saying, if Indiana can run for 300 yards, certainly the Buckeyes can. And Illinois, to their credit, did a really good job of coming up and filling gaps.
So, couple notes off of that. One, if a team loses 63-10, they're going to make adjustments.
Yes.
That's the one thing that really frustrated me is, well, Indiana beat them 63-10. Yeah, I think Indiana probably caught them off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, and so I think they probably had a long look at everything that went wrong there and made adjustments. Now, the run game takes me to my next question, because tell me if I'm crazy here, but I have the belief that right now Ryan Day and Ohio State are trying to grow. They know what is successful. They know that play to Jeremiah Smith. I thought it was interesting. On the goal line, they had that exact setup probably 6 times throughout the game. And they had Jeremiah out wide in man coverage, and the first 5 times they ran it up the middle. And then finally, they needed the touchdown. They just said, all right, we can throw it out there, and he's going to catch it.
Yeah.
Do you think it is Ohio State right now? I don't know if the word is tinkering. I don't know if the word is challenging themselves, but saying we need to figure this out, because when we play Texas, when we play, I guess they already played Texas, when we play, Miami,
Ole
Indiana,
Miss, LSU,
exactly.
all of them. Yes.
When we play them, we've got to be able to do this. Do you think that's what they're doing right now?
I believe so, for sure. Because listen, let's take a look at Ryan Day's coaching tenure, right? One thing Ryan Day has always had is a good quarterback and great weapons on the outside. However, he's only won 1 national championship since he's
Only
been.
one.
So what has been the difference? What was so different about last year's team than the ones that he had before? The ability to run the ball effectively. Last year, if you played the Buckeyes, they will beat you running the ball. Travion and Quinshawn will totally beat you. We could just hand the ball off to those 2 guys, and we will win this game. Every other year, you haven't really had that. There hasn't been that guy that's like, oh, we can hand it off and we'll beat you just running the ball. It's always been a 7-on-7. When you look at this team, and any Ohio State team, you're never going to worry about the quarterback or the wide receiver. That's going to be there. They're going to be the best in the country. They're going to make the plays when you need them to make the plays. However, if you want to win games when you get later in the season, when bodies are beat up, linebackers don't want to fill that gap, you got running backs that can continue to run the ball effectively, that is what is going to take you over the top. You think about back, even when I played in 2015, we had Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke went for almost 200 yards every game in the postseason to be able to win those games. Running the ball is the biggest key to winning national championships. And I think right now, when you look at this running back room, they're trying to establish those guys to get them to understand, hey, we need you. Right now, we're going to win games. We don't need you right now to win games. But when it comes down to that run at the end of the season, we need your bodies to be fresh, and we need you guys to be able to crease these defenses. So I think we're building up to that right now. It's taking a little bit longer than we anticipated.
I think you make a great point, because
I try.
Travion Henderson, Quinshawn Judkins, Ezekiel Elliott, and then Maurice Clarett. Those were the 4 running backs when Ohio State won their last 3 national titles. That's pretty good crop.
I would say so.
All right, but this league, I want to ask about Ryan Day here because I feel like something has really shifted in Coach Day, and it's kind of happened progressively. But it feels like he doesn't care what you think of his team in the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. He doesn't care what you think of a game. They're frustrated with that fourth quarter. They put the first-string guys back in. They were not happy with how that played out against Illinois. That's one thing. Yeah. But it also feels like behind closed doors, they are one of the slowest offenses in the country. They are more than content with that. Mm-hmm. They're running the least amount of plays per game of anybody in Power 5. Mm-hmm. I think that it is massive for Ohio State that they have found this, we don't care, we're just going to go win. Do you see that?
Let's take a look around the country. Give me another offense around the country that you would take over the Buckeyes.
That's a good point.
My point exactly. So,
I was going to say Oregon, but not anymore.
Not anymore. See, I think when you look at that, Ohio State knows, like, listen, if it comes to shove, we got the best. Like, we can draw up something and we can beat you. There isn't really too many offenses that you would take over the Buckeyes. So when it comes to Ryan Day, he's never, ever going to be worried about his offense because he knows – I know Brian Hartline is calling the plays. I know Brian Hartline is the guy that's the OC. But at the end of the day, it's Ryan Day's system. So he knows how to fix anything. Any look that you give him, he will figure out how to beat it in game time, in real time, which is hard to do for coaches to be able to make those in-game adjustments. But he's one of the best in this business at that. I still believe that right now, again, we get to 20 points, we can try things. After we score 20 points, because if you see, we score pretty quickly. Yeah, once we hit 20 points, now let's try this. Let's put this on tape. Yes. Let's try to see, let's work on this. Because they're not going to score 20. Like, our defense is so stingy, they're not giving up any touchdowns. So now, this is the time to get real game reps to work on certain things against a different opponent that's not wearing scarlet and gray.
I got called stupid for that take. But
Why is that?
That was my take. That's what I saw against Illinois. It was an offense that was like, we've won this game. Let's go figure. Let's go try some things.
At any point of this game, did you have a fear that Illinois would win?
At no point in any game this season did you have a fear Ohio State was going to lose. And you said which offense. I said Oregon. That's just because I thought they had the second best offense. They're not even close to Ohio State because when this team moves, they can move. If Ohio State needs to go down the field.
You got literally 2 first-round picks on the outside. Julian Sang is playing some of the best quarterbacks. He leads the nation in completion percentage.
He is the best quarterback in the country.
Playing really good right now. And then you got a young freshman running back that is emerging as running back 1. So yes, that's going to take some time. It's y'all spoiled with like the Maurice Clarett's and all that, where they just come in and they just that guy right away. Some people, it takes some time for them to do that. I think Bo Jackson has done a really good job just seeing him from game 1 to where he is now. Not game 1 because he didn't play, but game 2 and whenever he got his first start to where he is now. I love the fact that he's progressed and that he breaks tackles, and I think at some point of this season, he's going to break something. He's going to break the long one, and it's going to be a touchdown. And we're going to say, there is the run game that we've been working on for the past couple of weeks.
All right. We're kind of sticking to an offense theme here. We saw the defense. They gave up a couple plays. I give credit to Illinois on that one play. I mean, I think if you could be inside if you were inside Matt Patricia's head, he probably would have said, all right, well done. You got
it's one of the – listen, at that point, I was so shocked. I wasn't shocked. I was, like, just smiling, like – they really can't score on the goal line. It was so amazing to me. Listen, by far, this is the best goal line defense I've ever seen, NFL or college. I've never seen people so selfish of not letting the team get in the end zone. Like, the way that they score, it was cute. It was a cute play.
And the crazy part
is, the only way that it was going to work was that you had to throw some trickery in there.
And they had the first pitch read.
Yeah.
They were all aggressive into the trenches, but they still went outside. They were still ready for that. It was just the second pitch that got
him. And then the second touchdown, it was kind of he kind of threw Aaron Scott to the ground. It's legal because it's within 5 yards, but it is what it is.
But that's also why Ryan Day was frustrated, understand. And that's what listen, Buckeye Nation, you got to love having a coach that's upset after a game where you gave up 2 touchdowns.
If you think about this defense prides themselves. They're not just trying to be the best in the country. They're trying to be the best in the history of the game. Mm-hmm. So when you take the starters out and put backups in, and they give up touchdowns, that's going towards the total defensive points. So it's like your average is now going up. Even though your starters aren't in, the average is going up. So it's like, no, we trying to do something historic around here, so we got to put the guys back in because we ain't trying to give up nothing this entire game or this entire year. So I respect the defense for going back out there. Aaron Scott, you got to be a little bit better than that. You are better than that, and you will be better than that. I project you to be a first-round corner at some point.
Arvell Reese got back in the game and said, yeah, we're not letting that happen.
Yeah,
again.
no, it's done. Yeah,
just took care of it.
We've been handling business. Y'all ain't about to mess this up.
Real quick, I want to ask you about Wisconsin because this is another game where
oh my gosh. What? It's another game. What?
That I don't think Ohio State needs to do that. I want them to go figure out things.
Yeah, no.
Listen, before the season, I said, hey, going on the road at Wisconsin, if this is a night game, this is a Luke Fickell coach team, this could be a tough one. About 2 weeks into the season, I said, all right, that game doesn't matter. Not true, but this is a struggling Wisconsin team right now. They gave up more than 30 points to Iowa.
37 to nothing, I think, to be exact, at home.
They couldn't score a point.
Yeah.
This is a tough time right now in Madison. For Ohio State, I think that they should go into this game and just, again on offense, run the ball. Because if there's one thing that a Wisconsin defense is going to be good at, it's stopping the run. So go challenge yourself because at the end of the day, you just saw Iowa score 37 points.
Which Iowa scoring 37 points, that ain't happened since, I don't know when. Since I was a baby.
Since Tyvis was a baby. And that was just, 25 years ago? And with that, I just don't need to see them letting it fly out there again. I like the idea of using these games to grow as opposed to using these games to win 70-0.
What is the point of winning 70-0?
Nothing.
Nothing. See, the
Nothing.
thing is this: people around the country will say, "I want a dominant performance." Winning 35-0 is fine as well.
It's true.
I think that
Ask Iowa.
For a team that's struggling like Wisconsin is, I just want to see the defense go out there and continue to build on what they have. If Wisconsin tries to hit the seam routes or something like that, I want to see us stop them. That'd show me all right, this defense is trending in the right direction because obviously the seams has been something that maybe not last week, but a couple of weeks ago. And then Illinois had a couple of players make a couple of plays. So I want to see those guys be able to clean those things up. If you want to see the defense get better, those are some things that I would think of. On the offensive side of the ball, just run your stuff. Go out there, run your stuff, run the ball, be effective in the run game. And again, we still want to know who that third guy is on offense as far as the receivers go.
Yeah, I thought we were going to
Brandon
learn
Ennis,
more.
Max Clare, Mylan Graham, whoever. I still am waiting to find out who that third guy is that's going to emerge itself. I would love to get that answer after this Wisconsin game.
All right, and just to be clear, if you're a Wisconsin Badgers fan, I do apologize. That was a little harsh there for a minute.
It was. You disrespected him a little bit.
It was. I apologize.
Shout out to Coach Fick.
Coach Fick, he's great.
I hope you figure it out.
It's a tough time right now. Up in
It is. He has a very tough schedule. They've changed.
I thought they might beat Alabama.
He went in there and changed what Wisconsin was. He switched. Obviously, when you think of Wisconsin, historically, it's a 13 personnel, 22 personnel, run the ball, get the tight ends involved type thing. He switched it to an air raid. It's just been a disaster. And
well, you called it a disaster. That's disrespectful.
It's been what? Am I going to lie to them? I owe these people the truth. It's been a disaster.
What if they're watching in Madison and now we both disrespected them? They're not going to watch again.
I love you, Coach Fick.
Yeah.
Love you, but it's been a disaster. I got to call a spade a spade.
It has been tough. I'm really looking forward to getting to Madison, though. I've never been there.
It's beautiful.
I'm very excited, and I'm ready to jump around.
Yeah.
I think you said jumping around is more fun when you're winning. There you go.
The only time you can enjoy it as an opposing team is when you win it.
I'm ready.
Go ahead, man. Have some fun. Jump around for me.
Are you going to text Coach Fick and apologize about this video?
No. I think he understands. Business is business.
Business is
I owe
business.
it to the people to be truthful.
All right. He is Tyvis Powell. I'm Adam King. Thanks for watching. Keep it on 10 TV, 10 TV plus 97.1 The Fan for all your Buckeye coverage needs.